Lee Priest, a legendary figure in bodybuilding, is much more than his impressive physique. His life was marked by passion, controversy, and a constant battle to be authentic in a world obsessed with physical perfection. Although his career was full of achievements, he also faced numerous personal and professional challenges. Hello, this is a new video from Bodybuilding World, and this is the story of Lee Priest, the most banned bodybuilder of Mr. Olympia. Let's get started. Lee Priest was born on July 6, 1972 in Newcastle, Australia, where he won his first bodybuilding competition at the age of 13. From a young age, Lee displayed a relentless work ethic, inspired by his mother, also a bodybuilder, and his grandfather, who introduced him to the gym. He developed an unwavering dedication to weightlifting. By the age of 17, he had already won the Mr. Australia title several times, 3 times in a row. However, his ambition took him beyond his native country, standing out for his unusual size and proportions for his young age. At the age of 20, Lee moved to the United States, the epicenter of bodybuilding. In 1993, he turned professional by competing in the International Federation of Bodybuilding at the age of 21. Despite his height of 5.34 feet, considered a handicap in a sport dominated by taller athletes, Lee proved that his dedication and talent were enough to compete at the highest level. Mr. Olympia, the most prestigious competition in bodybuilding, saw Lee Priest compete on several occasions during the 1990s and early 2000s. Although he never managed to win a title, his performances always left a lasting impression thanks to their symmetry, muscular detailing, and high-level physical condition. In 1994, he made his Mr. Olympia debut, achieving 12th place in a competition that marked the beginning of his presence in the elite of world bodybuilding. In 1997 and 2000 were his 2 best competitions, finishing 6th in both. Lee's relationship with the bodybuilding industry was complex. His outspoken nature and refusal to conform to expectations made him a controversial figure. He openly criticized the IFBB, accusing it of favoring political interests over physical merit, and was suspended on several occasions for breaking the organization's rules. In 1998, he was first suspended by the IFBB due to public comments criticizing the federation's scoring system and internal practices. Priest was known for not keeping quiet about what he considered favoritism and a lack of transparency in the judging decision. Although this sanction was temporary, it marked the beginning of a complicated relationship with the IFBB. In 2006, Lee was suspended again for competing in a non-sanctioned federation, marking a low point in his professional career. Lee had participated in the 2006 Night of Champions, an event organized by the Pro Division Inc., the IFBB's famous competition. The IFBB had a strict policy prohibiting its athletes from competing in outside federations without their permission, which led to Priest being suspended from official competitions. Despite this, he did not give up. He continued to train and compete in other organizations, proving his resilience and unwavering passion for bodybuilding. His ability to overcome adversity made him an example of determination and perseverance. However, Lee's personal life was far from perfect. The constant pressure to maintain his physique, meet expectations, and deal with the stresses of the industry took its toll on him. In interviews, he spoke openly about his struggles with depression, a topic rarely discussed in the world of bodybuilding. Despite the hardships, Lee never failed to be honest about his experiences, showing that even the strongest figures face vulnerabilities. Throughout his career, Lee was known as the bad boy of bodybuilding, but also as a warrior. He faced the injustices of the system, criticism of his stature, and personal hardships with admirable determination. Although many saw him as a rebel, to others he was a symbol of authenticity and resilience in an industry that often rewards conformity. Another of the most controversial aspects of Lee's life was his honesty about his use of steroids. In a sport where most prefer to avoid the topic, Lee spoke openly about how these substances were common in professional bodybuilding, also warning about the dangers of their abuse. This transparency won him both admirers and detractors. However, Priest always defended his decision to be truthful, demonstrating an authenticity rare in an often superficial industry. Although he did not win as many prestigious titles as other bodybuilders of his generation, his legacy transcends trophies. Lee was always critical of the bodybuilding industry, noting that judges' decisions were often influenced by politics and commercial interests, rather than rewarding the best physiques on stage. In interviews, he expressed his dissatisfaction with the direction the sport took, emphasizing that bodybuilding should value symmetry and proportions more, rather than favoring disproportionately large bodies. Lee spoke out about the dangers of the bigger is better culture, which pushes young people to make risky choices for their health. Despite having used steroids, he always advocated for a balanced approach, stressing that the goal of bodybuilding should be to create an aesthetic and healthy physique, not just to achieve extreme size. Priest was not only known for his impressive physique, but also for his unique approach to training, diet, and supplement use. His training principles revolved around one key concept: high volume with heavy weights as the foundation for muscle growth. For him, performing multiple sets was essential, going so far as to declare that 20 sets for biceps was just a starting point. His weekly routine was meticulously designed and divided into specific days for each muscle group. Monday was dedicated to legs, performing 6 exercises that included quad extensions, hamstring curls, leg presses, lunges, lying leg curls, and stiff-legged deadlifts, all for 5 sets and between 6 and 8 reps. Tuesday focused his training on the back, performing pull-ups, barbell rows, dumbbell rows, cable rows, and pull-downs. Wednesday combined shoulders and biceps. His routine included military presses, dumbbell lateral and front raises, bent-over rear rows, barbell curls, dumbbell curls, preacher curls, and cable curls, each with 5 sets of 6 to 8 reps. On Thursday, he devoted his attention to chest and triceps, performing exercises such as bench presses, incline dumbbell presses, flat and incline flies, bench dips, dumbbell extensions, cable triceps pushdowns, and French presses. As for his diet, he followed a strict but balanced diet, occasionally allowing himself a cheat meal. His plan included 5 or 6 meals a day. Breakfast consisted of eggs, bread, and oatmeal. Snacks included fruit and protein shakes. Lunch included tuna and salad, while dinner consisted of steak, green beans, and pasta. Before bed, he had a protein shake as his last meal. To complement his training and diet, he turned to supplements such as whey protein, which helped boost his muscle gains. His philosophy of life set him apart. He never cared what others thought of him, which allowed him to be authentic and true to himself while pursuing his goals. Lee's personal life was also marked by challenges and controversies. He struggled with depression and faced financial problems, but he never failed to be honest about his experiences. This vulnerability made him even more admired by his followers, who see in him not just a bodybuilder, but a human being who faced his struggles with courage. Today, Lee Priest remains a relevant figure in bodybuilding and an inspiration to many young athletes. Although his competitive career has been curtailed, his presence in the world of fitness and bodybuilding culture remains strong. Today, Lee is primarily dedicated to training and motivating new generations of bodybuilders through his social media and seminars. Although he no longer competes on the biggest stages, he maintains a rigorous approach to his training, proving that the passion for bodybuilding does not fade with time. On his social media, Lee shares details about his daily life, training routine, and nutrition tips. Becoming a reference in the fitness community, his Instagram account and YouTube channel have thousands of followers who closely follow his physical evolution and his thoughts on the world of bodybuilding. Even though he no longer competes in the Mr. Olympia or other major competitions, his authenticity and straightforward approach continue to be an inspiration to those aspiring to build a balanced and functional body. Lee has also maintained his presence at bodybuilding events and seminars, where he meets with fans and colleagues to share his experience and knowledge. His role as a mentor has led him to become a respected figure, not only for his achievements, but for his ability to teach and motivate others. The seminars he participates in are known for the open and sincere atmosphere Lee promotes, where participants can ask questions about training, nutrition, and the mental side of bodybuilding. As for his personal life, Lee has enjoyed his time out of the public eye. He lives with his wife, and although he has stepped away from the stage, he remains very physically active. His current focus is on strength training and overall health, looking to stay fit and healthy while enjoying a quieter life compared to his competitive years. His philosophy on bodybuilding has evolved over time, and now places a greater emphasis on the sustainability of a healthy lifestyle that is beneficial in the long run. Lee has also engaged in open criticism of current bodybuilding trends, especially in regards to the excessive use of substances to increase muscle size. Despite his past with steroids, today he is an advocate of a more moderate and balanced approach. For Lee, the true goal should be an aesthetically harmonious and healthy body, rather than a monstrous and disproportionate physique. Lee Priest is remembered as an iconic figure who broke molds in a sport where conformity is the norm. His story is a testament that true success is not always measured by medals, but by perseverance, character, and authenticity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to Bodybuilding World for more content. See you in the next video.